evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Tonight's date is December 10th, 2025. It is a Wednesday. Welcome to the show. Don't know where everybody is. They're not here. Well, we'll kind of sit here and wait for them. Wait for folks. Where are you? Where are you? There's Laurel. Hey. Says hi. Sounds good. Looks fabulous. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. Just as long as the music was playing fine, and then when I turned on my mic, it didn't get jittery. I'm fine. I am fine. What a day! By golly, great googly moogly. Hit the door running this morning. It's like, holy crap. Got the idiots and trolls on Facebook, and then I put out a couple things, and those shot through the roof. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. Boy, the left are a bunch of retards, I'll tell you that. They just but they don't understand. They don't understand. It annoys me. It annoys me because none of these people would say the shit that they say to my face. None of them. None of them. Laurel says idiots and trolls are forever. Yeah. To me, you all know the deal. I'm just not used to people being able to spout off and say the stupid shit that they do without immediate consequences, which is why I kept shit tight on my page. Well, I can't do that because I need the views and the reach that all of this crap creates. But it just annoys me. They think they're something. They got a good beat on everything. They know everything about me and anybody on the right. That's always like when I post stuff and they look, yes, there's a lot of Republicans that follow my content. Probably the majority of the people that follow my content are Republicans. I'm not a Republican. But that's the first thing out of their mouth. Before they read any other comments, they read my post and they naturally assume it's coming from a Republican. It's not. It's not. Or a Trump lover. Oh my God, they missed the mark on that one. MAGA. No, I'm old school MAGA. I'm not Trump MAGA. And when Trump leaves, he takes MAGA with him. MAGA is his. It's his. I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm not saying this to be an asshole. MAGA is his. Any Republican that comes in and thinks that they're going to take over MAGA, no, it's not theirs. It's Trump's. It was a campaign slogan. He was elected. It goes with Trump. They need to come up with something new. And they need to come up with something new before the last year of Trump's term, because he's gone. And Republicans need to stop acting as if they've got to defend Donald Trump. Now, that doesn't mean throw him under the bus. Don't do that. But every time the left jumps at Donald Trump, they don't need to jump in the way. Let him jump. Donald can handle himself. He can handle himself. He's on his way out. This is his last term. Stick to the real issues. And the real issues aren't the crap they want to pull on Donald Trump. Those are side issues. Fuck, let him impeach him. Let him try. I don't fucking care. Donald doesn't care. Nobody cares. Stop feeding their fire. Stop feeding their fire. You got other shit on there. Hey, anyone here heard anything lately about the hell's her name? Marjorie Taylor Greene? I stopped looking out. I saw she was on some show yakking away. I just haven't been following. She's meaningless. She ain't gonna make governor. She wasn't gonna. Yeah, Laurel says you haven't heard anything. She wasn't gonna win re-election. That's why she quit before she had to face a challenger. This was to save face. I still think I think she's gonna get into talking head shit. I think she's gonna be a gun for hire. Maybe start her own podcast. I told folks my thoughts about Marjorie from day one. Yeah, she's interesting. She's drama. She's about herself. She uses the particular causes and the things that she says to better herself, to further herself. I don't think she gives two shits about anybody but herself. But that brings me to another person. Y'all hear about Candace Owens? Candace Owens, the darling of the right, ain't the darling anymore. They've realized she's batshit crazy. That she is a fraud and opportunist who will say and do anything to bring attention to herself and to create drama to bring attention to herself, much like Tucker Carlson. Hey, guess what? He's another fucker out there too. And I tried to warn people. Fox had him under reins. But I said, he totally went off the rails when he left Fox. And I saw him for what he is. He is a conspiracy theorist, got to be a contrarian, just poke shit to make things better for him. And Candace Owens, Laura says, what the hell is wrong with her? Candace is showing her true self. You folks have heard me talk about Candace. Candace is a fraud. She was a far-left liberal that had a website that was outing conservative people, doxing them. And when she couldn't make money doing that, she figured out that she could make more money and get more attention being a black female conservative, because that's a niche. That's untouchable. Can you imagine that? Black female conservative. That's fucking untouchable. And then she started spouting. She goes instantly from being a far-left liberal to spouting the most conservative shit you've ever heard. And I'm like, watch out, folks. You got a snake in the hen house. Not even a fox. Snake in the hen house. She is batshit crazy. And then when the Daily Wire hired her on, I was like, what the fuck are you guys thinking? Seriously. You don't see this shit coming? And people acted as if the Daily Wire were being assholes. They were actually being a lot nicer than they could have been. Candace is a shitstorm. She is trouble. She is fucking trouble. Hey, Peggy. She says, hi there. Unfortunately, there are many like them out. There are. I've told people about it. I've warned them. And a lot of people, I have had people stop following me because I pointed out shit. It's like, hey, you do what you want to do. Come back later. I'm still here. Ain't nothing that I said was wrong. Right on the money. Why? Because I'm careful in what I say. Careful in what I say. If I don't know, I don't know. Candace is a snake. She is a snake. She is a fraud. She is a used car salesman. That's good. Not in a good way. I mean, my truck's used. I've never bought a brand new car in my life. Maybe someday. I've never bought a brand new car in my life. Tonight's coffee, hazelnut cream, New England brand. Hazelnut cream. So I went a little sweet on this cup. A little sweet. So let me guess. I see some people out there, but I only see Laurel and Peggy up there. Gus, you're in the weeds. Hey, Gus. That's always a good bet. It's always a good bet. Mr. Gus will be in the weeds. And wouldn't you know it? See, they've been saying, oh, we're supposed to get a bunch of snow this today. And then Gus said yesterday, nah, because I got my new belt on the machine and it's working. And he's like, nah, they're supposed to be dusting. I'm like, well, I don't trust them anymore. It's done nothing but rain. Rain today. It's like, well, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. But I was expecting some snow so I can get out there and widen everything up again. And so, whatever. Dang it. Today was a hell of a day. Today was a hell of a day. Was not good. Was not good. Oh, some of my posts went what I call semi-viral. And I need that. But Lord almighty, I like the ones. What's been happening lately is they go semi-viral, but it's mostly good with a few spatterings of bullshit in there. That's easy to deal with. Today, holy shit. It was an avalanche of lefties. And the post that got hit the most, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. was this one. I got a little baby and she's got doing a thought-provoking look on her face, and it says, imagine if Democrats were as concerned about innocent children being killed in the womb as they are about drug smugglers killed on the open sea. It's a damn truth. Wow. Holy shit. The algorithms took that and spent it out there. I got just shy of 2,000 emojis on there. 630 shares and just shy of 600 comments. And a bunch of them, they ain't good. Oh my goodness. Laurel says, we have had high winds all night and my son left for work. The sky was very dark. We had high winds, pea-sized hail, and falling temps. Yeah, the falling temps. It wasn't too cold today, but after this rain, we don't need it freezing again. Still like to get out there with the machine and widen it up a bit. And we had, of course, the ever-present people taking and insinuating or outright saying that I said something I didn't say. Hey, Allie and Jim. Welcome to the show. One of the biggest things I post up about the Second Amendment and stuff like that, and the left and Democrats about blah, blah, blah. And I'd mentioned that the I mentioned that in the Constitution has the right to bear arms. And I mentioned that in the Constitution, it does not specify for the militia, it specifies for the people. So, of course, so got to do a slight correction. The Constitution does not give us our Second Amendment rights. Like, I never said that the Constitution gave us our fucking Second Amendment rights. God, that shit chaps my ass. I went like, wait a minute here. I've never said that. Folks who follow my content knows I've never said that. The basic rights come from God. Now, there are some rights in the Constitution that don't come from God. They don't come from God. Like due process, like voting. They got a whole slew of them in there that don't come from. They're not basic human rights. Basic human rights come from God. But I've never said that the Constitution gives us our rights. I have never said that. So for somebody to insinuate, to actually say that, by the Constitution, I didn't say we were given it by the Constitution. I said in the Constitution. In and by are two different words. I'm very careful in the words that I use. In and by are two different things. So I went back and I did some editing and said, there you go. Clear up any freaking confusion out there for shit that I did not say. No. The Constitution and the government don't give us our basic human rights. But I didn't say that they did. Read what I said. Laura says people don't read anything but highlight and bullet. Yeah, and then they just read into. I said, yeah, I get why. Really, I even told the guy, I get why you said that, but he wasn't the only one that said that. I deleted some other posts from people. It's like, I don't need to go and explain this shit. Here's the problem. People will say shit, and then they'll think that the other person that is saying it, oh, yeah, and it backs up what they thought they saw. And they didn't fucking see that at all, because I didn't say it. I didn't say it. It said in the Constitution. It specifies that the rights are for the people, not the militia. Two sentences, neither one said that the rights were granted and given to us by the Constitution. I didn't say it. But then I had to correct some other people. Guess what? Do you know what right? This is a trick question. It's not really a trick question. You guys are smart. What right? List any right in the Constitution that's protected. Any right. Can you think of one? Can you think of one right that's in the Constitution that's actually protected? Any guesses? It's awful quiet. It's a semi-trick question. It isn't really. But what rights are protected by the Constitution? Anybody got a guess? I got an answer. Zero. There's not a single right that's outlined in the Constitution that's actually protected. Do you think that because there is a law that says that murder is illegal, that somebody's not going to come in and try to kill you? You protect your rights. You protect your rights. Now, laws are great, and they offer an ability to get some sort of a punishment for crimes and bad things. Same way with the Constitution. Unless it's enforced. The Second Amendment hasn't been enforced for 150 years. They damn near started violating it the day the ink was dried. And it gets worse and worse. So what did it protect? Didn't protect shit. But that's why the Second Amendment's in there. Because when all else fails, that's the nuclear option. When all else fails, you can protect yourself. That's why I say all the time, do not count on the courts. Do not count on the police. Do not count on the military. Count on yourself. Count on your friends. Count on your family. Other than that, it's just words. It's just words on parchment. If not enforced, it doesn't protect shit. The ATF or any other agency wants to come in and violate your Second Amendment rights. Do you think holding up the Constitution is going to fucking stop them at the door? You're going to have to take that shit to court. If you don't get shot, which I'm all in favor for people exercising their Second Amendment against violations against their Second Amendment. That's what it's there for. But each person has to decide for themselves. I know what I would do. I know what I would do. Oh, the Cowboy's calling for violence. No, I'm not. I'm calling for rule of law. Rule of law. And the ultimate law in the United States is the Constitution. Laura says, just like TPO, only as good as, exactly. Temporary protective orders, or TROs, restraining orders, they only add an extra charge later if somebody violates them. They ain't going to save your ass. Get yourself a gun. Get yourself a gun. Know how to use it. Get yourself a knife. Know how to use it. Oh, the Cowboy's advocating violence again. No, I'm not. I'm advocating smart self-protection. And that goes all the way back to Christ himself. By golly. Oh, he was a pacifist. Turn the other cheek. You need to read the fucking passage. Number one, he wasn't actually talking about somebody hitting you. It was a freaking metaphor. And number two, he's talking about the brothers in the church. Not the general public. People don't know what the hell they're talking about. Stupid. Stupid. Protect yourself. A TPO or a TRO is good. It puts it down on record. Somebody's trying to get me. Okay, now it's on record. Now, again, it's good for adding additional charges if they violate it. But it's one of those things. It only carries the weight of the person that's willing to obey it. And time after time, people are unwilling to obey it. Gee, that's how criminals work, you know. So again, no, there's not a single right actually outlined in the Constitution that is protected. None of them. And it's absolutely retarded to expect the people that drafted and signed it into it to actually enforce their own rules against themselves. But again, that's why they had the Second Amendment. But I've also told people you can work to get these politicians out of office for violating their oaths. There's a process to get them removed. There's a process to get judges removed. You can remove a Supreme Court justice of the United States, not just states and the United States. You can have them removed. There's methods. Yes, the higher it goes, it's a bit stickier and the more narrow the requirements are, but it can be done. And any politician that's elected, any elected official can be removed from its office. Any person that's appointed by an elected official can be removed from can be removed from office. The people haven't been doing their damn job. The government has its job, you have yours. And it's not just, well, if I don't like it, I'm going to vote somebody else in. Yeah, that's part of it, but you don't have to wait for that shit. Somebody can be in office for 3 to 6 months and you can get their ass kicked out. People are lazy, but the machine knows that. The machine knows that. Yeah. John's fired up. Well, a little bit. A little bit. Not a lot. Not a lot. Hey, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm going to use that purple stuff again. You're like, what the hell is he talking about? You know that purple stuff for gray hair? See, because most of my beard is gray. But I got some white in it, and some of the white likes to get together, and it like, holy shit, there's a white strip there. Okay, well, let's just use the purple stuff. See if I can get it all even back out again. I can be a sexy Santa. I noticed it on today's video. And see, there you go. My video. Had a horrible day. I was, Laura says I just started using again on my hair. Go ahead. Yeah, I did it some time ago. The missus uses it on her hair sometimes. She got pretty gray. She didn't like it. She fought it. It's like, you got some pretty gray. And you know the gray that catches the light and it turns it almost blue sometimes? Yeah, that's what she has. But, yeah. When I was using the purple stuff, my beard comes in almost just white, the whole thing. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool. Now I just got lazy. Plus I have to be careful because I got sensitive skin, so you don't want to dry it out and stuff like that. So I gotta play with it. But yeah. But I know, get back to my video. I needed to just walk away from the computer. Need to walk away. So I grabbed my guitar and I sat down. I was off. I told folks I was off. No, I didn't. I said I wasn't on. So if I wasn't on, I wasn't as off as I sometimes am when I'm off, but I was not on today. It's like, dang, I can't get anything. And believe it or not, I didn't get the song that I did do. I'm not happy with it. My tone was off. The amp was super fuzzy today. You know, the white noise. But I'll have to work on that. I think some of it has to do with humidity and temperatures and stuff like that. We're into winter. But I was not happy with the song. Laurel says my youngest sister has hair that is beautiful, shiny white. Then with her sapphire blue eyes. Sapphire blue eyes. Sapphire Mountains. They're on the east side of the Bitterroot Valley. The Bitterroot Mountains are on the west side. Yes, I still dream of the Bitterroot Valley. Stop it. I got a house there that, oh man, I'd like, but it's out of my price range, and it was old. It's a ranch, but whatever. Peggy says, I hear ya. I went Christmas shopping just to get away from Facebook. Yeah. So I sat down and I played. The missus loves the song. I'm like, I didn't get it. I didn't nail it. I'm not happy with parts of it. Some of my notes are unclear. The volume's not quite right there. They're there, but they get lost. So my audio mix wasn't right. But I think it was Judy. Wasn't it Judy that last winter wanted Mary Did You Know? I think she wanted... Who was it last year that wanted Mary Did You Know? And I said, I'm not familiar with the song, because I wasn't. And so I just never got around to doing it. I was planning on doing it a couple weeks from now. But I played some other songs, and it's like, yeah, I just need something in the right mood. So that's what I played. Yes, indeedy. I put it up on Facebook, and I put it up on my Whiskey Cowboy Life page here on YouTube channel. Are y'all hearing me? Because I had asked who had asked for that song last year, and nobody said anything. Okay, Allie says yes. Peggy says sang every word to your rendition. Yeah, and it is mine. It's different. It's close. It's the way I hear the song. But you know that about me. I do that to all my stuff. It's like, how does John hear it? Well, that's how John hears it. There, Laura says, I can't remember for sure who asked. I think it was Judy. Not sure. Let's see here. Laurel says, I liked your rendition. Thank you. It's the way I hear it. There's something. Every time I've heard somebody sing it, there's just something that's missing from it. I don't know what it is. There's just something that just seems to be missing. So I added some. Now I play it a few different ways, because you know me, I just wing it. This version that I put up today is about what it is, but again there's parts that I sometimes deviate from it. But did you want to hear it? Because we can do that. We can play it for the folks that haven't heard it. But only if y'all want to hear it again. I know a bunch of you have already heard it, because you've seen it elsewhere. We can talk about other stuff if you like. But Allie says yes. Peggy says please, with a question mark. Double question mark. Okay, let's see what we got here. And here we go. There was that. Not my best work. But, yeah. Thank you. My tone was off. Again, the volume levels were off. But, you know, whatever. It helped calm me down today and got the song out there for folks. I got some more coming out. It's what the missus hears all the time. Like, what am I going to do? What am I singing now or doing now? Jim said it was wonderful. Thank you, Jim. What's Jim doing? Playing the game? Is he playing Pokemon again? Maybe I should do a Whiskey Cowboy rendition of the Pokemon song for Jim. Don't know. Goodness gracious. What a day today. What a day. But I'm glad that folks like the song. I'm glad that it brought them a little bit of joy and enjoyment. 'Tis the season. 'Tis the reason for the season. Christ is King. Allie says, nope, not yet. He's fixing one of our kitchen chairs. Ah. Glue come undone. Just a guess. That's usually the thing. Glue comes undone and then the pieces fall apart. It's like, you son of a mother, you. So you get some wood glue and you squeeze it in there, and then you take some rope and you tighten it up and you go there. Unless I've got a chair, I've lost one of the damn pieces. I don't know where the hell the piece went. How the hell do you lose a piece of your chair? Don't know. Maybe one of the grandkids carted it off somewhere. Probably. It just disappeared. Dog didn't take it because he doesn't do that stuff. Allie says yes and yes. See? See? There you go. Ain't my first rodeo. Yep. Especially come wintertime, and you get the dry in the air, and then the wood just shrinks back up on you. Is what it is. It is what it is. By golly. Yeah, so I've had to take a couple of my posts and stop getting notifications when people post on, because you know me, I work my page. I actually maintain it. I got to turn that shit off so I'm not looking, because I just don't. Oh, those jackwagons. My goodness. I got my December earnings statement in from Meta. January should be a little better because I've had a few things go viral, but still needs to get up, get going. Get up and get going. I think I made like $345 for December. Remember, you're 2 months behind, actually. So the numbers that I'm tracking now will be shown for January. Like I said, I got my invoice in. My money transfer I don't have the money yet. That won't come until like 29th, maybe. It'll be after Christmas time. So that's that. I'm working on January's pay right now. So hopefully, like I said, if members donate enough and do so monthly, something I can figure it out, then I can shut down the bullshit on my page when it goes crazy. Like that horse shit that was happening today. I could, as soon as it hit, because it does, and it came in a wave, I could have just locked it down to followers only. Because I'm not worried about the reach. Now, I should still get decent reach, but without the jackwagons, I just can't. Peggy says, this is a challenging time of year between Christmas and taxes. No, I get it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Those who can. Those that can't, I understand. I got dang near 18,000 followers. Yeah, more people can step up even in a challenging time of the year. And I have to keep mentioning it, because if I don't mention it, people forget. They forget. It's like, oh, yeah, well. So I just got to mention it. If there's folks out there, I had one. He paid this month's, but then he promptly canceled the monthly donations. So I don't. Either he's hit on tough times, or he doesn't think he's getting his money's worth. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm busting my ass, but fair enough. Allie says, I don't forget now. Nah, you're overly generous. You're overly generous. Like I said, a good amount for the average person out there, $5. If I could get 400 or 500 people that just give $5 each. Now keep in mind, I don't get all of that money. I don't get it all. And I have to pay taxes on it. So it's people do the math, think, oh, that's good. It's like, yeah, well, okay. What are you thanking me for? What are you thanking me for, Allie? I didn't do anything. Peggy says, wife may have served papers on him. Well, the guy who stopped, maybe. I don't know. That's some inside ball I have nothing about. No, nothing about. Allie says you deserve it and more. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. A lot of people, the new people don't. I've been doing this for a decade. And I just started making money last year. And then with mortgage, so I was running off my own money. Allie says, thank you for saying, well, you are overly generous. I'm not going to not accept it, though. I'd be rather foolish of me. That would be rather foolish of me. But it is most appreciated. But yeah, and then last spring, this spring, I told folks, I said, look, dang, they reassessed the property values, and that threw the insurance through the roof, and then again the mortgage payments went up, and it's like I am shy this much money to be able to handle it out of my own pocket. Please, can you help me out? And I'm doing this shit full time. People didn't step up, and I told them I'm going to have to go work for somebody else, and I did for 8 months. Got shit taken care of, did some wise financial moves, and I was able to then tell them, you can kiss my ass. And then I came back here full time. The itches. So I'm back. So the new folks, you've seen me since I've been back. I've been doing this for 10 years. And a lot of people out there don't listen. They're hearing shit now from other people, that those who follow my content, I've been saying this shit all along. You got the inside track with the Cowboy. He's going to tell you what he thinks, and it's probably not going to be what the other talking heads are saying. I had people over the years, well, John, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? It's like, no, it's bullshit. Don't worry about it. How dare you? All the other guys, I heard from another reputable, again, bigger followers, bigger names, bigger fish in the sea. They're wrong. And they don't care if they're wrong. That's a different thing. I've got such a small following, I care if I'm wrong. And I'd care even if I had a huge following. I care. I'd rather say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Ain't no shame in that. You think you know, I've said this before. You think you know everything. No, I don't. There's a lot I don't know. I just don't talk about it. Allie says, you are the only one that tells the truth and you don't sugarcoat it. I appreciate that. Well, thank you. And I don't do it. I don't do it to stir shit up. And I don't do it just to be contrarian. I'm coming from a good spot. I hate people getting worked up. That's another thing I hate about some of the content that I put out there. It's not, look, if you don't think that I had a good idea that today's unborn babies versus drug dealers, and it was written very precisely. If you don't think that I had a good idea that was going to explode, you got another thing coming. I'd still do it, but I'd rather be able to lock it down really quick. Be able to lock that shit down. And I just can't. I can't be cutting my own throat now. And everything is snowball effect. Once you get going, you got to keep pushing. If you stop, then you drop in the algorithms. So I just boot the most serious offenders, the one that really annoy me the most. The rest, let you guys have at it. Wind them up. You might have noticed that I've been posting a lot of GIF comments on there. I'm not really getting into it with most of the people. I'll do a smart ass GIF comment. They don't like that either. They think that I'm being childish or pussying out, and it's like, you have no idea. You have no idea. One-on-one, I'll rip you a new asshole. Intellectually or otherwise. I'm being nice by just winding you up a little bit. It's like the other day, I'm a coward. I'm a coward and a liar. It's like, ooh. Coward, you want to call me a coward? Go ahead. Everybody knows. You call me a liar. We'll see. Allie said, I had a conversation with my 23-year-old daughter. She believes everything on the internet. She said she knows more than me because I was born in 78. You're a spring chicken. It's like, no, you believe, look, the internet is a wonderful thing. You can get a lot of good information out there. The problem is now is the algorithms aren't bringing you up even the truth. A lot of times they're bringing up other lies. And they're bringing up lies from the same places. So you need to actually do your research. It used to be the time you go, I'm looking for X. You'll get X. Now you go, I'm looking for X. You'll get a synopsis of all sorts of shit that really isn't X, and 3 pages of stuff that's wrong or doesn't have to do with X. Nah, too much shit out there. And too many voices. Everybody thinks since they can see a page and they can post on a page, their voice is as important and they're as knowledgeable as everybody else out there. You're not. I'm not going on pages with nuclear physics and rocket science. Yeah, I could probably keep up with them if I just did a little bit of research, but that's not where I'm going. But everybody thinks they got a good beat on shit. Laura says AI ain't helping anybody. It is, but it isn't. I think it's hurting more than it's helping. It's a tool like everything else. Allie said she's also liberal, moron, and I'm a conservative. I usually shut her down. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah. I give you a little bit of a secret. I keep talking about my youngest, okay? Because she stayed close. The other ones have drifted apart. They're fine, but the youngest is still close. She ain't conservative. She ain't conservative. But so what? She doesn't get into arguments with me because she knows she ain't ready for that shit. And I always come from a place of love. She knows I love her to death. But I don't put up with games. I don't up with shenanigans. No, don't do it. Don't do that shit with dad. So, I don't mind. Look, kids are kids. Young folks are young folks. You take what you can get, and then you still keep. You don't beat them over the head, but you still try to get them back on course. It's a delicate dance. Peggy says, Allie, all the kids born in these decades are hanging on the beliefs and thoughts. Yeah. Allie says, my dad was a Navy veteran, and she tries to argue with him, and he's 79. She, yeah. See, when I was you didn't argue with grandma and grandpa. You just shut up. You listened to what they had to say, and that's it. You didn't have to agree with them, but they probably knew a heap bit more than you do. And you just shut up. You show them the respect. And that's all I ask. Shut up. There's certain topics we don't talk about. Ellie says she argues with everyone. Yeah, again, not my kids. None of them argue with me. None of them. And this is what I said growing up. And my son used to hate it. Oh, God, he hated it. My dad tells her to shut up. Says Allie, yeah. Yeah, I ain't having none of it. I used to tell my kids, I said, you know what? Whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, I'm right. And, it used to chap his ass. Another thing is says, okay, you want to handle this? We can go out back. we can figure it out. We can sort it out. He never took me up on it. He wasn't that stupid. But yeah, and I tell him, whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, I'm right. And he hated it. Back a couple years ago, talking about his kids and stuff like that, and we're sitting out the Frank and Zebo, and he's drinking his White Claw. Yeah, I give him shit for it. He's like, yeah, you used to say. I said, yeah. He says, I hated it. I said, yeah. He says, I get it. Yeah, I told you, when you get older and you're footing the bills and you're responsible for everything and you're going to, wipe all the tears and bandage all the cuts and scrapes and pay for everything and provide the clothes and the food and the shelter. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. Whether you're right or wrong, you're right. And that's just the way it is. You want to be right, get out on your own and you show the world that you're right. It's that simple. Now, there was a double whammy with me because I always was right. Oh, but it's always fun watching the kids grow up and then figure out, oh, shit. And my son will be over. And he'll be talking to the kids. And he'll say something. I'll look over at the missus and she'll look over at me and she'll smile. It's like, yeah, see? Kids are going to be kids. They're going to have to learn the hard way. Hey, that's fine. It's fine. So what are some sayings that you used to say to your kids that they didn't like, but then they've grown up and they've figured them out? Now y'all know what I think about my father. For those of you who are unfamiliar, not a fan. But he'd have some things that he used to say that still stick with me. Like one thing he always used to say is, shit in one hand and want in the other, and see which one gets filled faster. That's a good bit of advice. That's a good bit of advice. Shit in one hand, want in the other. See which one gets filled faster. So what are some sayings? Come on, folks. Another thing that sticks in my head, and I've said this before too, never forget these words till day I die. May the Lord bless you and keep you and give you a good night's sleep. That was the blessing every night. You know? Old school. Biblical, you know? Kneel down in front of the Father. Put his hand on your head. You bow your head. You get your blessing. Unless he was pissed off at you and then he wouldn't bless you that night. Oh, talk about some mental fuck there. Not cool. Not cool. Allie said, my dad always says, if you don't have anything nice to say, then shut up. Well, yeah, people say that. I don't ever say that. Because you know the cowboy. There's a lot of things you got to say that ain't nice. Nice is, I hate nice. I hate nice. Nice sounds good. I hate nice. I say don't be intentionally cruel if you don't have to be. Don't be intentionally cruel. Don't be abusive. But there's a lot of shit that isn't nice that you got to say. You got to say it. If not, I'll say it for you. I'll say it for you. I will. Yeah, there's a lot of things you got to do that aren't nice. You can't cure You cannot cure cancer. There you go. You cannot cure cancer by anything that's nice. There is nothing nice about the cures for cancer. Nothing. No matter what direction you go in. But they got to be done. So I try to say, love and nice don't equate. You could be nice and not be doing something that's good and healthy and productive for somebody. That's the big problem with the people on the left nowadays is they think everything's got to be nice. Nice. No. Got to give people chances. No. Oh, unless you're a conservative, then they don't want to give you shit for chance. But no, you be a criminal, you do this and that. No, you're just a victim. We're going to be nice. We don't want to punish you. We want to rehabilitate you. No. No. How about this? You don't need to rehabilitate shit if the punishment for the crime outweighs the benefit of doing the crime. Now, I'm not saying you got to be cruel. I'm just saying that the punishment must outweigh the benefit of the crime. Right now, there is no crime where the punishment outweighs the benefit of the crime. None. Because those who are doing it don't give a shit about the punishment. The fuck, you're going to throw them in prison for 5 minutes and rotate them around? Not even do that half the time now? How's that? That's not a deterrent. You're not going to rehabilitate shit that way. Here's what I also think about that. 3 strikes, you're out? Yeah. I say 3 strikes, you're executed. Pretty easy. 3 strikes, you're executed. 3 serious felonies. And you're executed. I don't even care what the felony is. You're executed. You do it in prison, you're still executed. Hey, Judy, welcome to the show. And how about this? I don't care if it's a serious felony or not. If you are habitual, you keep getting arrested for these crimes, these types of crimes, it's life in prison. Done. You don't get a chance to go back outside anymore. You done giving up that. And again, 3 serious felonies, boom, gone. Peggy says back in the day, a difference of opinion was just an arguing point. Now violence is what we are seeing today. Yeah, nowadays people got to fight. And here's what they don't understand. At some point, they're going to come across people like myself. And we're not going to play that game. Not having it. Because I'm not going to fight. Someone's gonna be meeting their maker. Like, stop this. Hey, only 2 DUIs. Says OT. Welcome to the show. Judy, you missed it. We played Mary, Did You Know? Now answer this to me, Judy. To me, for me. Was it you last year that requested that I get that played? I think it was you, and I didn't get around to it. Was it you? Judy says probably. You didn't help me out. A probably is a good maybe. Like, we got to nail this down. Who was it? Dang it. But I got it recorded today, shitty as it is. I'm sure you've heard it already. We played it on the show tonight. Judy says it's one of my favorites. Well, it's very soothing. I play it a little bit differently than they sing it, but it's close. I got more songs coming. Some of them are Yuletide. Judy says, I watched it on YouTube. It was beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, I put it up on YouTube. I put it up on my Facebook page, and I shared it in the back room. Allie says, I laugh when I hear correctional facility. No one comes out corrected. Yeah, it's. I call them babysitters. They hate it. Oh, God, corrections officers. They hate it. They hate it when I don't consider them law enforcement, because I don't. And most of them are not certified law enforcement anyways. But whatever. They hate it when I don't consider them law enforcement. And they hate it when I say you're babysitters. Now, the babies need sitting, but don't think that you're anything other than what you are. You're a babysitter. Plain and simple. Now, you want to make good money doing that? Fine, and somebody needs to do it, but I can't do that. There is no way that I'm going to put up with that shit. Yeah, corrections officer. You're not correcting shit. You're babysitting, you're putting up with stuff. That's why they can't get their shit straight. Half the problem is because there's not enough broken heads from people getting out of line. Again, there is no meaningful punishment for anyone going to prison nowadays. None. Unless you're a law-abiding citizen. If you're a law-abiding citizen, you know what you need to worry about? You need to worry about other prisoners. Law-abiding citizens aren't worried about guards. Law-abiding citizens are worried about other criminals. That's why they don't want to go to prison. That's the only thing that laws work against is law-abiding people. And the left is constantly coming up with new freaking laws that criminals aren't going to obey that's going to trip up law-abiding citizens. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. What you going to do? Shit, it's only 9. I thought it was like 9:30. My goodness. I said, oh my goodness. John, you're a potty mouth. You ain't seen anything. Boy, you should come to the show when I'm fired up. Boy, when I'm fired up. There's fire and brimstone. There ain't nothing holding me back. And Laurel just sits over there laughing her ass off. Oh, my goodness. Yes, I can wax poetic. I have quite the vocabulary. But that vocabulary does include... Hey, I was a soldier. Oh, Peggy says, and Carvel is spewing his stupid stuff. Yeah, I haven't heard his latest. Now that you said that, now I got to go look for it. That turtle head. He's touche turtle with an attitude. Oh, Allie says, I have a cousin who has been on juvenile delinquency, who is a juvenile delinquent and graduated to a felon, and he's in his middle 50s and going back to prison. Yeah, he didn't fucking learn. Laurel says, you know it. Yeah, I know it. Laurel's just over there giggling her ass off when I'm wound up. What's John going to say now? Oh, my goodness. No, and you know what? And I've warned about this. If the system doesn't take care of things that it's supposed to take care of, citizens are going to have to take care of it. People are going to be planting potatoes. Oh, you'll see crime go down. People are just going to end up missing. And you know what? I can't say as I blame anybody for it. I can't. Planting potatoes. I said that about the border. You want to solve the border issue? Start planting potatoes. What the hell? We just sent up 5,000 people to cross the border. There's no sign of them. Yeah, well, they're out there. Oh my goodness, you're getting me all choked up over here, folks. Stop it. It's not good. And I've said, you make the southern border look like the DMZ and treat it like that. You got no immigration problems. None. Brap. Boom. Done. Taters. you got tater salad. Who is Carville? Oh, you know him. You know James Carville. You know James Carville. So he's Touche Turtle. James Carville. He is a Democrat strategist. Judy says, I love me some taters. Yeah, fried taters, baked taters, mashed taters, tater salad, taters. We're going to plant some taters. See, here he is. You know him. There you go. You know him. James Carville. He was a Democrat strategist from way back. Way back. Judy said he is so pukey face. Yeah, he's Touche Turtle with an attitude. Allie says, does he think Jasmine Crockett will win? She's got an uphill battle. Her numbers are still low. Her numbers are still low. But she, like I wrote about her the other day, she's running on an anti-Trump. Whites are all racist. Reparations, you need to give us more shit. Oh, by the way, you're racist and Trump sucks. That's her platform. Hey, who here remembers Touche Turtle? We played this game back a while ago. Who here remembers Touche Turtle? Allie says Jim. Jim does. Touche Turtle. Had a freaking phone in his there we go. Touche Turtle. And Dum Dum. That was his dog. Should we get a big picture here? Touche Turtle. Touche Turtle. Try to get a big picture. Give me a big picture. Dang it. Hey, little itty bitty ones. That's not right. Oh, there we go. There we go. Touche Turtle. Allie goes, oh, now I remember. See, there you go. Touche, Turtle and Dum Dum. Touche, Turtle. Laurel says, I remember him. Judy says, he is cute. He's not cute. He's ferocious. He's quite macho. Hey, Bike and Bourbon. Welcome to the show. Been some time. You showed up in time for our Touche Turtle. Touche Turtle and Dum Dum. And where do we get the Touche Turtle from? Well, here we go. Let's go back again. There we go. James Carville. I think he's Touche Turtle with an attitude. Bike and Bourbon says, looking good. Well, James Carville isn't. Oh my goodness. There we go. Get that off of there. We got the same barber though. See, I think my noggin looks better than his though. Bike and Bourbon. Is that Wisconsin? She ain't been here lately. Is it Wisconsin? He goes, yes, sir. There we go. See, I got it right. I got it right. Thank you. How you been? How's the winter treating you so far, and how's you and the loved ones? Snowy December? Yeah. We got rain today. But been in a deep freeze. My snowblower busted a belt. I think they sent me the wrong belt. It was too dang thick. That's where I think the problem was. But I got it sorted out now. Before I order another one, I'm going to make sure that this one goes through an actual snowstorm. I think it's going to work fine. And then as soon as that's done, I'll order it up. But okay, you gave us a weather report. Give us a home front report. Everything going okay? No. You there? We got a lag. Not to be confused with a rolag. No, rolag is a thing that you make yarn out of. It's kind of like a big cigar, puffy cigar made out of wool. And you spin it together in the spinning wheel. I got a spinning wheel. It's the one that I had growing up. Well, we had in the house growing up. I know how to do everything. Got the cards, got everything. And we even got a big old bag of wool. I just ain't got the missus doing it yet. She's like, oh, you got to teach me that. I just haven't gotten it to her. So whatever. We'll get that done. Bike and Bourbon says, all great. Put the Harley away for the season. Now into fit the winter riding. Wait a minute. All great. Put the Harley in for the season. Now into fit tire winter riding. Fit tire. Oh, sorry. Fat tire ride. Yeah. Okay. Laurel says that hurts having to put the Harley up. I don't have a Harley. The missus says I can get one if I want one, but I just get a Spider now. I'm lazy. Plus, it's easier to put her on the back. Bike and Berber says, not good on the phone keyboard. Yeah, I hate typing. Oh, my God. I told my daughter that. Says, she texts me all the time. All the time. Bless her. I said, I hate texting. I just hate it. Well, tonight, when she's driving home from her work, she calls me. She called me. She's like, Dad. I said, yeah, what's up? She said, I'm just calling to say I love you. Like, I love you too. Drive safe. But yeah, the car is all you got to do is if it's Bluetooth, you just boom and you just hit it and you just call. You don't even have to type anything. Just boom, call. I like hearing voices. It is kind of weird just to hear the voice for the same amount of stuff that she sent the text for. She'll just send me a, love you, how you doing? I'm doing okay. People suck. How's work? Oh, work was okay. Okay. That's good. Bye. Love you. Oh, God, I hate typing on the... And he just always puts the wrong damn words in anyways. It's like, you son of a mother. Oh, well. I was about to say something I usually say. Now, what was I about to say? Let's see if you guys catch on to that. What was I about to say? I stopped myself from saying it. What was I going to say? Peggy says, how far does your missus have to drive? She doesn't. She doesn't. She drives her ass from the coffee maker into her office. Yeah, she got her own office. I got a studio upstairs, and she's got a full office downstairs. And before that, she'd either drive herself to work. It was like 5 minutes. That's why we picked the house that we have here. It was like 5 minutes from her work. But they shut down and they all went remote. She'd been remote for 10 years. If I'd known they were going to go remote, I'd have bought a house up north. Laura says good for her. Damn right good for her. Yeah, she got a nice office. She got in trouble, though. She got in trouble because I took pictures of her office. With her working and her computer and all this stuff, filing cabinets, printer. I mean, she got an office. And she had it on her social media account. And her work got all pissed off. Somebody fucking reported her. You can't do that because it's showing company computers. It's not showing anything on the fucking computers. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, we stopped. Yeah, she got her office. And I have my studio. So, commuting now is pretty damn easy for us. Yep. Ah, shit. Her office is green, too. Her office is green, too. A lot lighter green than my studio is, though. Yeah. A lot lighter. We did hers first. Like I had told you guys, I had run my studio out of, number one, it was in my bedroom on a TV tray, foldable TV tray thing with a kitchen chair and boom mic stand, headphones, and my laptop. That's what I started with. That's when I was just doing my just standard podcasting. Then I went and I changed a corner of my weight room. Yes, the Cowboy has a weight room. You got free weights and a Marcy Platinum. That's their biggest one, double stack. Put that in the corner, but I wasn't running video. I was still doing podcast at that point. not video. Podcast used to mean podcast. It means it was a radio show that was just put on the internet. Nowadays, podcast is radio show that's put on the internet, but most of them have video components to them now. That's not the way it used to be. Laurel says there's always one of those people like that. Yeah, the work. Yeah, we weren't happy. So it was all up against one corner, and it worked out good. Y'all seen them pictures. Had the soundproofing and stuff like that. It was nice. Well, not proofing it. Echo proofing. And then when we put in this studio here, we put this in last summer. Yeah, it was last spring or last summer. Last spring. Y'all remind me when we put this in, last spring or last summer. Used to be my youngest room, and man, it was hideous. Purple and green paint. It's just like, oh, what a hideous room. And I went to town on it. Cost a good penny to get this thing set up. Judy says, seems like it was spring. That would make sense. So yeah, I got all of those. Hey, Allie, have you seen my studio? Have I showed pictures of it while you've been watching? And so folks helped out with the sound panels. I think Laurel ended up paying for at least half of my sound panels. She helped with a handle for my new camera that I'm using here, but I don't need it when I'm doing the show. Peggy, your message was retracted. Let's see if we can pull up some pictures here of my studio for Allie. Some people thought, it's like, oh, I thought that was like a green screen behind me. And it's like, no, that's part of the studio. Part of the studio. Let's go here. Studio. Well, first, let's see if I can find the picture of the, here we go. You're going to like this. This is showing what the studio looked like before I made it the studio. You ready for this? Okay, let's go back here. This is what the studio looked like before it was the studio. God awful ugly room. Oh my God. Bike and Bourbon says, looks like it's a typical kid's room. It's like, girl, you do what you want to do. It's like, Allie goes, oh dear. Yeah, no shit. So now you know what I started with. It's just a room. You got a little closet. Just a room. God awful paint job. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm gonna slide on up here. This is the studio now. Okay, come on, load up for me now. Load up for me now. Oh, don't do this to me. Load up for me. See, Facebook doesn't like to load old pictures. This is me in my studio before when I was doing my podcast days. Now you're not going to load up either. Let's see if you can do this one right here. There you go. That's me in the studio back. Oh, goodness. 10 years ago. Now let's see if it... Come on. Open up for me. See if we do this. Open. That's a teeny beeny one. I don't want the thumbnail. I want the big one. I want the big one. You son of a mother. I'm going to try to see if I got another one down here someplace. See, that's not even... These two pictures aren't even... It's... Just as I was moving the decorations in, there's what it looks like when I'm actually broadcasting. This is what it looks like when I'm broadcasting. Got my camera. Got my 2 computer screens. Got my keyboard. Got my boom mic here. Got my audio center over here. Got my speakers. Got my mixer. This other corner over here, I was going to do that either for a guest and or when I was doing my audios. But now I'm doing my guitar stuff just downstairs where I play guitar all the time. Yeah, got my coffee. Yeah. Here we go. Come on, let's open this thing up. There we go. Look at that. That's where I started with. This is my original podcast setup right here. This is actually one step in because I actually had another mic and it was on a little teeny stand. Judy says the mouse pad's your favorite. Oh, you got the horses, the running horses. Yeah, I got horses on my. See, here we go. This is the. Do you age? No, no, no. I do, but I don't. The longer my beard gets, the older I look. And if you look around my eyes, you can tell. But yeah, and there it is. Again, my old studio. Oh, let's see if you're going to do me on this one. Hey, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're going to spin around. This is what my studio looks like. And see, these are sound echo reducing. They go, oh, soundproofing. It's not. It just reduces echoes. Let's see here. Had this chest here. I finished this when I was a kid. It was all leather. We took the leather off and we refinished it. There I am. But this coffee cup. See, you said, got my coffee cup. That's actually the coffee cup. My youngest got this. It says, Dad, I love how we don't even need to say it out loud that I'm your favorite child. My other coffee cup is different. It sits right in, let's go here, right in here when I'm doing the show. Right there. Allie says, very nice. Looks intimidating to me. Intimidating? No, it's got a lot of stuff. I put a lot of energy and money into this setup. More sound deadening. Got my clock. And I sit back in here and I got my 2 bookcases. See, here we go. Got my bookcases. Got my Constitution over here. And got my 6-shooter right there. That is a Ruger Old Army ball and cap. Super awesome. This right here is my old school police car. And it's actually a bird cage. If it turned around the other side, it's got a hole and it's got a little perch for the birds to get in. My wife saw that and she's like, oh, I got to get you that. And there's a straight on view. My camera set up, my lighting. I'd like to get rid of all of these lights. This one right here. I got another one you can't see. It lights this up. And I got a separate light, this one right here. Oh, right here, yeah, you see it right here, lights this up. This one right here lights this up, and I can control the temperature of the lights, as in color temperature, not heat. I'd like to get rid of this one and put in 2 panel LEDs. but I can't justify the cost. There's the other corner right here. I like this corner. This is a bar height chair. And again, this rug was new. Allie says I'm old school. I suck at today's electronics. Give me a Walkman or boombox and I'm good. Yeah, I got a bunch of good stuff there. All these were custom purchased for the studio. They're all Western and barrel themes. Imagine that. And there is my whiskey barrel. This is not a wine barrel. It's a whiskey barrel. Where you get barrels, you can get both whiskey and wine barrels, but they're not the same. This is a whiskey barrel. And this light matches this light. Got them in pairs. See, and I decorate. This is me. I'm the decorator. I decorated all of our rooms in the house. Swinging back around again. This is the tower fan that I use. You might be able to hear it in the background. Keeps me cool. Oh, that's not it. But yeah, that's what my office looks like now. Office, my studio. But that's that. So now you've seen the studio. More than this. See, I can go like this too. Watch. Ain't I clever? Oh, but see, now I got some cleaning stuff right down there. It's my little duster thing. And the light isn't on here. Watch this. There we go. See how it lit up? See how this lit up now? And this is lit up. We go back like this. See, there you go. Allie says you're good at interior decorating. I am. It's just artistic. I'm a photographer too. Folks have seen my stuff. Can say I'm a Renaissance man. I can do just about anything. But I grew up dirt poor. That's the only thing I can say about it. I grew up dirt poor, so I had to learn the old school stuff. How to fix stuff, how to cut wood, how to do stuff. Do stuff. Woodwork, metalwork, fabric, learn how to sew. I know how to deconstruct things and figure it out. It's engineering. Sewing's just engineering. How you make shirts and pants, and it's just engineering. You're just doing it with cloth. Peggy says, I'm with you, Allie. I use my iPod for company when burning brush. Yeah. But, yeah. Huh. You just live in your mother's basement. Well, my mother's been dead a good long while, so I don't live in her basement. Another little tidbit about the Cowboy. My mother has never been to any of the houses that I've ever lived in. None. I say, well, how the hell does that work out? Well, my father and my mother were divorced back when I was 2. So there's a lot of interesting life going on there. And as an adult, she just never, yeah. And she was in another part of the country, and my father was in another part of the country, and my brothers and sisters are in other parts of the country. I'm in another part of the country, and we're all over the place. Hey, nobody guessed what I was going to say. I was about to say it again. What was I going to say again? I was going to say something, and I stopped. I said, I'm going to say this. But no, I better not say this, because I say it a lot. Allie says, sounds like Jim's family. A lot of families in if you're anywhere from mid-50s to 70, there's a lot of similar life stories out there. And you know, I could say what I was going to say again. Nobody's coming up with it, what I always say. It is what it is. Everyone's like, what the hell is he going to say? It is what it is. I say it all the time. Yeah. I was the black sheep of the family, if you can believe that. I'm the best looking and the smartest, though. Yeah, the families talk shit, but they know, if you need something done, John will get it done. I was the asshole. If it needs to be done, John will do it. It is what it is. Oh, goodness. Someone's got to be that way, I guess. I always tell people, it's like Gran Torino. Everybody likes Walt, but nobody likes Walt in the real world. They like to think they're like Walt, but then if they ever met somebody like Walt, they hate him and they talk shit about him. I'm kind of like Walt. Allie says, I suck at cooking. Oh, I don't. I don't. I'm good at it. Peggy says, me too, and I agree. Me too, what, Peggy? Allie says, I can't sew. I can sew. I used to make outdoor products, hunting, and sports products. Till the market fell out. I've had quite a few businesses over the years, till the markets fall out. But I never went into debt. That's the whole. I never went into debt. Allie says, I can take and clean better than, bake and clean better than most people. Yeah, I'm not a baker. It's not that I can't, I just don't bake. The missus bakes. She's a baker. I made dinner tonight. We usually split it. I usually do the meat, and she does the peripherals. I did it all tonight. Just because. Oh, Peggy says, being the black sheep? Yeah. I'm a ram. Dang it. Laurel says, I love to cook. I bake for and cook for stress relief. Yeah, I like the Mrs. Cook, the bacon. Makes the house smell good. I'm a cook. I'm not a baker. So she does the pies, the oven stuff, pies, cakes, breads, cookies, bakey stuff. See, baking's a chemical process. You get it wrong and you get it wrong. Cooking, nah, as long as you know your profiles, you can pretty much sort things out. A little bit less salt doesn't ruin your dish. A little less salt than you need in a cake, and it ain't working. It's a chemical process. I don't do that. But yeah, and nobody asked me what I made for dinner tonight. Oh, goodness. I made meat and potatoes. Well, John, that didn't tell us much. Allie says, I'm one of the black sheep in my family, but at least I'm not like my felon cousin, who was the other black sheep. Yeah. I got a brother who's a felon. I do. I don't even tell you what he did. So nobody knows his name or anything. Doesn't live around here. What did I make for dinner? I'll tell you after. My brother. My brother story. My felon brother. He helped dispose of a corpse. Yeah, he got hooked up with some wrong folks, and somebody got whacked. And then a body got transported across state lines and dumped. Yeah, so yeah, he spent some time in the penitentiary. What'd I make for dinner? I made boneless pork chops. They're more like the eye, pork eye. Seasoned with salt and some other goodies, fried up and then oven finished. And I took taters and I sliced them up nice and thin. And I mixed them all in with some cream of mushroom soup, condensed. That's a good base for a lot of stuff. Put some seasonings in it, mixed them all up, threw them in a bread pan because it was big enough. Put that in the oven, let that cook for an hour before I started my pork. And then I did my pork, and that's what we had. Judy said, dang, that's the last thing I would have expected. Well, hey, if you're going to do it right. Yeah, so he doesn't like turkey anymore. He said that the penitentiary served too much turkey. So he ain't eating turkey anymore. That's fine. Laurel says they should have planted potatoes in the backyard. Yeah, don't transport that shit. Allie said my cousin got busted by SWAT for having a meth lab at our grandmother's property between her house and garage and a teeny trailer. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, families are interesting things. No, I'm not like anybody in my family. I'm not like anybody in my family. Then my other brother, I told you, he lives in North Carolina. Could have sworn to God he's been born and raised there. He has got such a thick and slow drawl. Oh my God, you can't get any thicker than he's got. Hot dog. Goodness gracious. But yeah, I'm not like, people go, how the hell did you turn out the way you turned out? Well, that's just the way it is. You either go down with the ship or you come up strong. So Laurel says that shit can blow up. What the hell? Yeah, meth labs ain't good. They ain't good. Oh my goodness. Not good. Nope. Methamphetamine. Not to be confused with acetaminophen. Hey, I said it right. I usually say acetaminophen. John, you got to mispronounce everything. I mispronunciate. I can't talk. Allie ain't heard my German yet either, though. Allie said, yep, and the garage couldn't be used for a long time. Yeah, the fumes and shit will actually seep into your surroundings. Not good. Not good. The trailer got hauled off by SWAT for evidence. Good. Good. Did you tell him keep it? Keep it. Oh. Laurel says it's easy to pick up the southern dialect. I pick up accents easy. Yeah, most people go, where the hell are you from, John? It's like, where do you think I'm from? Now, we've discussed this all the time. If you didn't know that I live in New Hampshire, I'm not from New Hampshire. No, I didn't. And most people guess Montana or Wyoming. But I've got more of an accent than most people in Montana and Wyoming has. A lot of the people in Montana, they sound like Midwestern. It's Midwestern zero accent. It's a nothing. It's the accent that they teach. They used to teach broadcasters and anchor folks. It's a Midwestern nothing accent. But yeah, most people place me Montana or Wyoming. Nope. As the missus would say, you're always going to be my Okie boy. Judy says, I can hear that Okie draw pretty good sometimes. Yeah. Depends, like I said, it depends upon what I'm saying. Depends upon what I'm saying. And not everybody in Oklahoma has an accent. Depends upon where you live. Depends upon where you live. I had a cute little white house, wraparound front porch, right across from a pecan orchard. Down in a little town right on the Red River. Oh, my goodness. Allie says there's a cashier at her convenience store Jim frequently goes to, and she puts out a southern accent for the good-looking guys that come, including Jim. Yeah. I get darling a lot up here. New England is a very closed, it's a very closed community. I've written about this. It's not open like the South. Down South, you wave to everybody, say hey. Everybody's friendly. Not so up here. You are when you make it into the inner circle, but generally out on the street, not friendly. And they think they're friendly. They're not. They're not. But I get, the middle-aged elderly gals. They tend to like me, and I'm their darling and stuff. It's like, the missus doesn't like it, or she doesn't mind it when they're like really old. But she doesn't like it when the young gals to the middle age, and it's like, no. It's like, come on. I'm not out there sniffing or anything. Laurel says, I grew up in western New York. Lived in Georgia for 20 years, Minnesota for 7, been in Kentucky for 14 years. See, it's good you stopped in Kentucky. Otherwise, you might be hooked up with your cousin. My youngest gal's from Kentucky. I give him hell. Oh, my goodness. I give him hell. It's like, damn, John, you give everybody hell. Look, if I'm not talking to you and I'm not giving you hell, then worry. If I'm talking to you and I'm giving you hell, just roll with it. It's good. Because if not, I just don't give a shit enough about you. It's just, I'm not going to be wasting my time. Judy says, when I lived in New York, my coworkers gave me so much shit. I was like, y'all sound funny. I sound normal. Yeah, depends. Yeah, y'all. Yeah. You all. Use. That's about use. I never use. What's that, Midwestern? Excuse me, use? Is that Wisconsin? Did they say use in Wisconsin? Hey, Bike and Bourbon, you still there? They say use in Wisconsin? Or use, you all, y'all. Get. I say get a lot. People don't say get up here. Laurel says, had to ask if you're related when you get your marriage license. Yeah, I gotta go. Bring a genealogy report in for us, because we need to figure this shit out. You know, that's why the Muslim countries have lower IQs, right? They have a vastly higher first cousin marriage rate. God's honest truth. Allie says, apparently I have an Idaho accent. I don't know if that was a thing. Yeah, I don't know. Idaho accent. I thought Idaho was pretty much like Montana. I consider it more of a kind of a Midwestern neutral. Use guys is more Jersey. Use guys. Yeah, use guys. That would be a Jersey thing. Joyzy. Use guys. I say y'all. You folks. And you folks. Y'all. I don't say hello. The cowboy doesn't say hello. What does he say? What's the cowboy say? Cow goes moo. Duck goes quack. Cowboy goes what? What's the cowboy go? Hey, there she goes. Get it right, Judy. Hey. Hey, y'all. I go, hey, y'all. That's good. Hey, y'all. Hey. I don't say hello. I'm trying to think if I would say hello. Nah. No, if it was formal enough to say hello, I'd probably just nod and shake their hand. Oh, that's another thing. People need to learn how to fucking shake a hand again. You don't start squeezing before the other guys, the crotch of the hands are firmly in, and it's not a wrestling match. You want to break my fingers? I'm going to break your damn hand. Stop it. It must be firm, but not crushing. Show you're a man, but not an asshole. Laurel said, here it's y'all and all y'all. Yeah, all y'all. Allie goes, so Whiskey Cowboy, you live in Massachusetts. What the fuck? No, I don't. Do most people sound some Massachusetts? Where the hell did you get that from? I wouldn't live in that fucking commie state if you paid me. Massachusetts. Holy shit. Someone correct this gal. Holy Toledo. Judy goes, oh, Lord. Oh, Laura says, Allie, do not insult him like that. Massachusetts. Holy shit. No. Here's a clue. I open carry every fucking day. Do you think I live in Massachusetts? Massachusetts. Holy crap. Laurel says he lives in New Hampshire. I do. I live in New Hampshire. Live free or die. The live free or die state. I live in New Hampshire. No, that's okay. Boy, you just walked right into that one. Massachusetts. Wow, I'm not a masshole. Let's get back to the question, though. So, Whiskey Cowboy, you live in, I'll substitute that for New Hampshire. Do most people there sound similar to, no. Do most people in New Hampshire sound like me? Hell no. No. Y'all have heard, you haven't heard Gus. Yeah, the long time. You've heard Gus. Gus doesn't sound like me. He's got a New Hampshire accent. They're more nasally. They say words different. They're just, yeah. And there's different degrees of New Hampshire. And then you've got like, what the hell was his name? Fritz Weatherby. Fritz Weatherby. In the small town of Portsmouth, New Hampshire, there was a rowdy young boy. That's New Hampshire. That's Fritz Weatherby, New Hampshire. He's retired now. Happy retirement, Fritz. Those on the East Coast know Fritz Weatherby. He's a staple from the New England public channels and radio. Allie says, I've never been back east. I have no... Yeah, and every place in like you've got the Boston people, parked a car in the Harvard Yard. That's different. You got New Hampshire. You got New Hampshire. You see how I say New Hampshire? And Peggy says, when my family moved from New England to Florida, we had to stop saying I dear and drop the R. Yeah, I dear. Boston Spar instead of Boston Spa. I dear instead of idea. Yeah, it's called a rhotic. It's called a rhotic. It's actually very ancient or very old, not ancient, but it's old school English. There's still places in England that use rhotics. But yeah, they don't sound like me. Hence, wherever I go, people go, "Where are you from?" but I get that all over the place. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I'm like, "Where the hell are you from?" I'm not from here. Judy says, "I love to hear people from Boston talk about Australia. People are my favorite to listen to." Oh, but Australian people are, yeah, Australians, Aussies are interesting. Yeah. And their, how thick the accent is can be different as well. But yeah, people in like the Maine accent, the New Hampshire accent, someplace between Maine and Boston accent. I'd say Maine is like New Hampshire on steroids. But there's a lot of influx of people from around the country, so some people don't have much of an accent at all. But no, if you were walking around New Hampshire, they don't sound like me. They don't look like me either. I'm pretty. Oh, goodness. Try understanding some from Scotland. Oh, my goodness. You're talking about not just a Scottish accent, but you're talking about when they're on full-on Scottish with the whole brogue, the thick, and their words for things. Oh, my goodness. You can't understand a word they say. That's almost like Irish. Irish and Scottish, when they're deep into that's the way they talk, you can't freaking understand them. Oh, my goodness. And I'm Scottish. I'm Scottish American, though. You probably saw the tam in the other picture. Y'all know about my tam. Got my kilt in the closet. Used to be my father's. Got my skein do. My sporran. My tam. Got one of the last tams actually made in Scotland. That's right. It's got a story behind it. I didn't want to get a cheap, quote unquote, overseas, Indonesia, China, France. They make them all over the place. I needed it from Scotland, and there was only one company that still made them in Scotland, and they stopped making them. But they had some left, and I got one. I explained their story. I explained to them my story. And then I told you folks. You folks have heard. Longtime members heard the story about my tam. They ain't cheap. They ain't cheap. I mean, you can get them cheap. Getting real ones, they ain't cheap. They ain't expensive. They ain't as expensive as my new boots, though. Gus about had a heart attack. Like, no, Gus, $350 ain't bad for a pair of nice boots. Especially an exotic pair. Oh, my goodness. They're sharp. They is sharp. It'll last me for years. And so I got 3 pair of Western boots. One I can't wear. My burgundy ones, they're too small for my feet. So I only got 2 pair of boots I can wear. Well, Western boots. Got 2 pair of work boots, 2 pair of Western boots, 1 belt buckle, one belt buckle, 1 belt. Judy says they are sharp, very nice. They are, thank you. Me and the missus sat down. We looked at boots after boots after boots after boots, and she's just coming back to those, and she's like, "Yeah." I said, "No, I like these other boots. These other boots only cost $175." And she's like, "Yeah, but I like these. I like these better." So I like them better too, but so that's the ones we got. How's about this? I talked to the missus. Get another first insider scoop for the Cowboy. Like I said, I only got one belt buckle, 1 belt. Belts cost a lot of money. let me preface that. Belts don't cost a lot of money. Gun belts cost a lot of money. When I mean gun belt, I'm not talking about a rig. People confuse that, a rig and a gun belt. Rigs are called gun belts, but it's a rig. Now a rig has the belt, and you wear it on the outside of your clothing. It's not in your jeans. And it's got the holster attached to the belt. It's attached to the belt. It's all one piece. And it's got the place for ammo. That's a rig. Okay? Now, gun belt, and they call rigs gun belts, but modern terms, a gun belt is the belt that you wear in your jeans or your pants that is thick enough and strong enough to hold a holster on it without it sagging 3 months in. Those are 2 to more times thicker than a normal belt. A normal belt, hell, they don't cost that much. Gun belts cost money because you got a shit ton more leather there. Laurel says, you need a spare gun belt. I do. I do. I only got one. I should have a brown one. I got a black one. But see, that goes with everything. That's right. I don't like spending money. But it gets back to the other thing. I need to start getting some buckles because the buckle that I have, it looks nice, but it looks dang near silver. It's gold. Well, it was silver and gold, but it had a lot more gold on it. So now you just sort of gold. So I need buckles, but I like my belt buckle. It's fine. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start getting bolo ties. You know what a bolo tie is? Because I tend to wear my collar buttoned a lot. So I'm like, oh, talk to the missus. I was out in the kitchen. I said, you know what I was thinking? I had a couple when I was young. I had two. Two when I was young. I have no idea where the hell they went. You know how that goes. But I'm like, I think I'd like to start wearing some bolo ties. That's another unique thing that suits me. I think it would suit me. So I'm going to get some bolo ties. So I may start getting some buckles and some bolo ties. And again, you can get a belt buckle $25 to $35. They don't cost out. You just got to get one every now and again. And bolo ties are the same thing. They don't cost that much. You just got to get one every now and again. Laurel says, I understand. You need a few different buckles for different occasions. My uncle wore bolo ties. Yeah, so bolo ties and belt buckles that's what you accessorize. If you got a decent belt, you just swap your buckle out. They go really. Boom. That quick. See, it looks silver. But if you catch it in the right, it's gold. It's gold in the background. And that's my it's a classic flowers and leaves Western pattern. Everybody loves it. Looks nice, but it's the only one I got. Okay, I'll put it back on. See, that quick. Didn't even have to get up. So if I had a couple belt buckles for different occasions, I just put them in the drawer and just pop them out. And bolo ties, same thing. Well, some people match up their buckle with their bolos, and that's fine. I don't need to get that fancy. As long as it's the same basic colors, that's fine. But that's what I was thinking. Get some bolo ties, maybe a buckle or two. I don't think that's asking. Again, I hate spending money, which is why I don't have them. which is why I don't have them. But you folks might start seeing some pictures and me on the show with a new bolo. Plus you get different, they've got fancier ones and not so fancy. And they get some with like scorpions in it, and they got all sorts of stuff. Judy says nice. So we'll see. I just thought, hey, I think that the look, it suits me. It suits me, so. And you don't see them worn every day. So there you go. Inside scoop. It's something that doesn't cost a lot. Again, you can get them for $15, $20. And they look nice. I think they look nice. Judy says it definitely will suit you. I think so too. I think so too. Well, that's the same way with my gun. It's like, oh my God, you wear a gun? You see me in real life, it goes, yeah, it's figures. Figures. Yeah, figures. So roll with it. Roll with it. Yipper. I'm just glad I'm not a small guy, because that allows me to carry a full-size duty pistol. It doesn't look huge, so. And it's the same one I carried on the road. Well, same type. How is Hudson doing? Hudson's doing okay. He has his ups and his downs. He's doing okay, and his nose growth is. It is what it is. He's about blind in one eye, not steady on his feet no more. But he got his fat tumors and white face now. He's doing okay. He's happy. he's happy. Chickens are good. Chickens are good. We leave the door open. They're not free range, so they're always in their run. We leave the coop door open all summer. We don't close it at night. So they go in, they go to sleep, and they come out when they want to come out. They're in there as soon as the sun goes down. They go in. As soon as the sun comes up in the morning, they come out. Except for the wintertime. And in the wintertime, as soon as they go to bed, or shortly thereafter, the missus goes out and she shuts their door. Now, we don't do that for predators, and we don't do that to keep them in there. We do that to stop the wind from coming through and then going through that door, so that they're in a nice little enclosed area and they can stay warm. They don't need heat. And too many people, oh, you put a heater. They don't need heat. They don't need heat. Chickens are more susceptible to heat injuries than they are cold. Cold doesn't bother them as long as they stay dry and out of a drafty area. No wind and no draft. They'll stay nice and warm. So, no heat. And we just shut that door so that the wind doesn't come straight in and just into the coop. Went out there today to get the mail, and they're just kind of walking around inside. And it was cold outside. They're walking around outside. Yeah, happy chicken sound. Happy chicken sound. Happy chicken sound. They ain't been laying, though. They better start, because come spring, if they... yeah, we can get some more chickens. They're nice enough gals, but they're not just pets. They're both for the missus, pets and eggs. And of course, you heard Puffin died. Puffin died. Puffin's a cat for the newly initiated. He's a cat. When the youngest left, she took Puffin with her. But, any other question? We went all over the place on tonight's show. Judy says, yeah, I hated that. He was beautiful. He was a very, let's see here. Here we go. There's Puffin. He was quite the boy. Good looking cat. Hairy. He's hairy. See if I got another picture. Oh, here's another picture of Puffin. There's another picture of Puffin. Boy, he knew he was good looking. Puffin. He was a rescue cat. He was part of another household, and the other cats used to pick on him something fierce. There's Hudson back when he was a young boy. Handsome dog. Handsome dog. Oh, yeah, Puffin definitely knew he was... look at Hudson. No, he's got no gray, no white in his face. Oh, my goodness. He's a good boy. Oh, there's another picture of Puffin. Let's see if we can open it up. There it is. Oh, look at him. Look at him. It's like, damn, those are good pictures. Yeah, those are those are pictures taken with an actual DSLR. This is not cell phone pictures. There's Hudson. A little bit more fur, a little more white in his face. Oh, there he is. Peggy says it doesn't matter how long you have a pet. It's the shot in the heart. Yeah. Judy says those are great pictures. This is a cell phone picture, though. But see how much white's in his... And this is his nose. He has a polyp in his nose. It's at least 4 times this big now. But they say if they don't have a hard time breathing, just let him go, because there's blood in it. And if they cut it off, yeah, that's my Puffin. Yeah, it's a DSLR picture. That's a nice picture. He is a handsome boy. Hudson is. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Love my DSLR. You can't get this ain't no cell phone picture. No, you can't get that. He's a good looking boy. Good looking boy. Good looking boy. And it was Gracie. Y'all know Gracie. She was my Pomeranian. I say mine. It was the missus, but she chose me as her human. Yeah. 6'4", 220 plus cowboy with a fox-faced Pomeranian going out for walks. Holy shit. That was something else. Let's see if I got a picture of Gracie here. There's Gracie. There's Gracie. There she is. Boy, she was quite the character. She thought she was 800 pounds. And that's when we had the pellet stove in the house. And this is my recliner. She'd sit right there every day. My feet are just too long for it. When my feet are just past it, and she'd sit on the foot part of the recliner when it was up. That was her spot with her human. That's her spot with her human. It's on the front porch. She was something. She got doggy dementia. And not a good process. And then she started having seizures. Then one day she wouldn't come out of it. She was so scared. She went into a seizure. I think it was mid-morning. She started going to a seizure, and normally she'd be out of it, a minute, 2 minutes, and she wouldn't come out of it. So I had to take her into the vet. She was so scared, and I stayed with her last moment. So Laurel says, little ones have the biggest attitudes. They do. Peggy says, I'm calling in today, so good night, all. And thank you, John. You're welcome, Peggy. Thank you for joining the show. It's good to have you. Get some rest. But yeah, after Gracie, everybody's like, no more. No more. I was tired of taking him into vets. I've put him down myself. I just tired of it. Now we got Hudson. And you know what the missus said? After Hudson's gone, we're not getting any more dogs. Okay, baby. Okay. She's like, well, heard that before. Judy said, so sad. It is. Laura says, good night, Peggy. I should shut it down. We are now at 17 after. We covered a lot of stuff. Any other questions before we shut it down? I'm going to be up bright and early again tomorrow morning, putting out more stuff on Facebook. Make sure you stop in. You're not getting it all, so at least stop in at least once a day to see all the stuff that you missed. Like, share, comment, follow if you don't. Good one what? Show? Allie says, thank you, good night, from Allie and Jim. And, yeah, thank you, Allie and Jim, for showing up. Yeah, next show, though, Sunday. Because it's Wednesday today. Sunday. I think that's about it. I'll be putting out content. Again, like, share, subscribe, follow. Do all those good things. Folks that are coming in late, if you like this sort of thing and you've been over to my Facebook page and think what I'm doing is something good for you, go ahead and drop me a donation. There's a link in the description of the show here, and there's a pinned article on my page about it. Judy says, good night, y'all. No, she says, good night. See y'all Sunday. Laurel says, good night. All sleep well. Good one on the missus. Saying no more dogs. Yeah, well, we'll see. Like I said, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But with that, thank you for joining the show. See you online. See you next Sunday. Get some rest. God bless. Take care.